Africa has cars? Wait, they have bridges? I thought they just run bare feet on dirt. Wait, so you're telling me right now that Africa has modern housing and apartments? Since when did they have Wi-Fi? I thought they just communicate by having messenger pigeons and throwing it at other countries. Modern doctors and hospitals, I thought when they get injured, they just go to a dirt hut and a witch doctor named Baba Tunde rubs some beaver anal glands on their injuries to fix it.
You all thought that Africa is just a shithole? Surprise! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Immaculate, and if it's your first time coming across this channel, please do well by subscribing. So ISHOWSPEED is in Africa. He's doing his African tour, and people are shocked. Some people are shocked that Africa has Wi-Fi, has mall, there's nice things going on. Please, it's high time. We are in 2026. It's high time you do away with the books and get into the ground. Come to Africa and witness it for yourself. I'm so glad that he's doing this tour, and we've seen the tours that he's been doing. He's been to Europe, he's gone to China. This is like his second time in Africa, and I'm so happy for him. I love all this for him because now Africa is just giving him the premium treatment that he deserves. African people are cool. I'm African and I'm cool too. Anyway, let's get into the videos. Let me know what you think, okay? I'm coming back with more commentary, but what do you think? Let's watch.
Y'all probably wondering why I'm crying. I've been watching Speed streams, and I'm seeing all the love that he's getting in Angola. He's in South Africa, and he's getting massive amount of love, and the way that he was treated in Europe was disgusting. But to see him be a black man from the United States of African descent and be able to go back to the continent and be treated like a human by civilized African people, when we've been taught that Africa is primitive, that it's dangerous, don't go back, they have this, they have that, they don't want you, they don't like you. And to see an African American man with his stature go back to the motherland and be treated with so much respect. This is what our people fought for. This is what they fought for when they fought against Jim Crow and segregation. This is what the slave revolts were about. This is what it's always been about. It's to be able to go back home to a home that you've never been and be unapologetically black and not have to think about being black. Just being able to have your natural hair and your brown skin and not be judged and not be racially profiled and not be killed. I love the love that he is getting. And I love the love that all of my African American people are getting in the continent. And I know there's a lot of issues. I know there's a lot of things that need to be worked out. But I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And I love that for him, and I love that for all of my people that are over there. And I can't wait to hit the soil and experience it myself.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Seeing the ISHOWSPEED Africa tour, that shit is making me want to go to Africa, bro. When Speed was in Europe, they was calling him monkey. They was throwing him bananas and shit. They was saying all type of racist shit when he was in the Europe tour. He pop up in Africa and then people showing him love like he's family already, bro. The propaganda is failing. It is crumbling before our very eyes. And then they want to call Africa uncivilized, bitch. I'm seeing the complete opposite.
I just seen Speed stream in Africa. I thought the stream was gonna be, giving back, feeding the homeless, feeding the needy. Nigga, them people living good. Nigga, them people living better than some of us, nigga. It was hella love. Like, you could feel the love through the screen, gang. Like, then another thing, did y'all see the bitches? Did y'all see the ass? Like, even Speed himself had to ask a couple of them shawties, like, Is that real? Like in America, we used to BBLs. Bro, they shit is there. Natural. No exaggeration. It was one segment of the stream where Speed would just walk up the street, Shawty clapping her shit. He looked the other way, Shawty clapping her shit. I'm like, nigga. Salute to Speed for going over to Africa and showing us the side of Africa that we never see. Them people over there living good, bro, and they got shit in order, bro. Salute to all the Africans, specifically the African women. You feel me? You feel me? Hey, and salute to our show Speed, man. W stream, brother. Great content, bro.
You know, I don't even watch Speed like that, but, you know, I've been in his algorithm, I guess, recently because a lot of people in the Black African diaspora in the Americas and even in Europe are discussing how, you know, I am Speed, or I'm not even sure of his full name, but he's, you know, apparently one of the biggest live streamers in the world. I didn't know that. I didn't know he had that ranking, but you know, he's a Black American man, and he recently has been going on these public tours and telling people about, you know, where he's going to be. And apparently when he visited Europe and Asia, he got a lot of racist backlash and people just coming at him, like finding him to be racist to him. And so now that he's in Angola and I believe in South Africa, a lot of people are just seeing the fact that he's being welcomed and basically treated like a king, you know. And obviously we know that, you know, money and clout is a part of that, right? Like not every African American who goes over to the African continent is going to be treated with a bunch of fans and fanfare. But at the end of the day, it still shows that even with someone who had a platform, he was treated drastically differently on two different continents. And I believe he was in Asia as well, and they did the same thing, like a lot of weird racist stuff to him in Asia. And so, yeah, just Angola, from what I've seen, has a pretty good infrastructure. And obviously South Africa is very well put together. And so it should come as no surprise that he was treated better, in my opinion. But that just goes to show you why we should be having these conversations, because, again, they want all Black people to hate each other and not identify with where we come from, so that we don't start making moves to get the hell up out of here and stop wasting our time in nations that act like they don't even really want us and want us as work mules and slaves. So, you know, I just saw a really beautiful video where someone was brought to tears because of what they saw and how he was being treated, because they were just basically bringing up the same lie that they were taught, that, oh, Africans hate you and all they do is live in huts and stuff over there and they've got nothing, and on top of that they hate you and they're jealous of you and all this other stuff. And I've just never known it to be true. And I think those of us in the diaspora, those of us who come from the Caribbean, Europe, the Americas, Latin America, wherever, what have you, I think we need to start like acknowledging the fact that, like, yeah, people are going to be people anywhere. Just because you had one bad interaction with a nasty person, you know, African person, doesn't mean that the entire continent is against you. Like, that is such a weird jump to make. There's plenty of African Americans who I want to smack. There's plenty of Canadians, Jamaican Canadians I want to smack. There's plenty of Jamaicans I want to smack. But there's plenty of people in all of those same groups who are down for me and, you know, have supported me and, you know, support my work and what I do and all that stuff. There's a couple of Nigerians that I met here who I want to smack. And then there's Nigerians who I look up to online who I think are amazing people and are doing amazing work. And I bring up Nigeria specifically because that is my homeland. That's where most of my ancestry comes from. So, you know, nothing's ever going to be perfect. And there's plenty of places maybe on the African continent that do need some structural change. And no, not everything is perfect, but how is it going to get any better if you keep believing that Black people are inherently the problem when colonialization was thrust upon us and a bunch of other melanated people on the planet? So I'm glad that just the fact that one of the most popular streamers in the world is showing Black people and those of us in the diaspora the fact that like a lot of these African fallacies and lies, they're falling away by the wayside. You can't look at what's going on in America right now and then you know what I'm saying, like, and then assume that everything is going terribly in Africa as well, when that's such a huge vast continent with all of these different countries. Like, clearly they've got a whole bunch of different stuff going on, good and bad, just like the Americas do. So I'm really glad to see that, you know, a lot of people are taking notes from what they're seeing by Speed being in Africa and what that means for those of us in the diaspora. It can be a good time. We can learn some things, and we can make connections that are important, lasting, and lifelong.
ISHOWSPEED is in South Africa, and it looks like we have already found our South African MVP. Look at this lady.
This is my first time. Can I get a South African welcome? This is my first time here. Nice. Yes. Mama. Oh, Mona Mama? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, miss. I'm doing good.
If y'all don't make this lady your official ambassador, I don't know what y'all doing. Look at her outfit. Look at her smile. Look at her earrings. And most importantly, look at her hair. Just look at her. Look how she properly represented the country. Make this lady the official ambassador of South Africa. When I heard that ISHOWSPEED was going to South Africa, because I knew that he was supposed to go to Botswana, but something happened with his plane and then he went to South Africa. When I heard that, I don't know if South Africa is ready. Come to find out, South Africa was indeed ready. Wonderful energy, wonderful reception, wonderful people in South Africa. I saw that one video where he was eating chicken at a South African KFC and he just lost his mind, and I was like, my people. I'm loving the fact that people get to see Africa for what it truly is. Another video of ISHOWSPEED that I saw that I really liked was when he was talking to this Kosa man, and his name had a click in it, and he was like, oh, the click is part of the name, and he was like, yeah, then he was like trying to say it. That was wonderful. I'm loving the fact that ISHOWSPEED is having such a wonderful experience, and he's getting to actually experience Africans in real time.
So let me tell you something. Speed's Africa streams, they hit differently, fam. Way better than his streams anywhere else, especially in Europe. I'm noticing it. And I gotta ask, are you noticing too? Because it's all love over there. The vibes, pure good energy, no drama, no crazy names being yelled at him. Just people vibing, doing his catchphrases, embarking with him like it's a whole movement. And hold up, he even met the president of Angola. You know, he's out here living, doing races, and it's all good times. Honestly, this is the energy we need everywhere. But here's the thing. Why are the people in Africa treating Speed so much better than in some other places? Especially Eastern Europe, where it's not always the same vibe. Could it be that people have been misrepresenting Africa for years? Maybe they don't really know the place. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a difference. Africa's showing up, and it's a whole nother level of love and respect. That's what's up.
ISHOWSPEED streams in Africa needs to be studied because he is breaking down generational stereotypes about Africa, about all these people just live in huts and they're not modernized. And you can just tell with the energy and vibes that they give, Speed is feeling welcome. He's feeling at home amongst these people. And when he was in Europe, he was being treated as an escapade. He was being treated like as a minstrel show, like, do this for us, do this dance for us, boy. And it's a complete different energy. And that's why at the end of the day, we need to get rid of these diaspora wars, because if we actually were amongst each other in person, we would get along and we would like each other. I've seen a lot of people say they are wanting to visit Africa after ISHOWSPEED has been doing this stream. So yes, this has been successful. It's been educational. And I'm actually considering tuning into one of the streams to actually learn something from ISHOWSPEED. Like, to me, this is what streaming is all about. Not just bringing celebrities and being messy. This man is teaching people. He's doing different things. He's exposing himself to the world, and he's making the world a better place. ISHOWSPEED is great energy, and to see him from where he started as a streamer to see where he is today, I'm proud of who he has become.
I've never seen an African celebrity treated that way by Black Americans here in America. That's how we treat people in Africa. ISHOWSPEED is getting nothing but love. Nobody's calling him any name. Nobody's saying anything about him. He's just having a good time. He's enjoying himself because he's home. ISHOWSPEED is single-handedly destroying centuries of negative propaganda done on Africa.
You see how when Speed was streaming in other countries, they was calling him out of his name? They was being racist. He's not going through any of that in Africa. In Africa, it looked like Speed is living his best life. You could feel every bit of the love in his streams. This young man met the president of Angola. He's taking time with these people. He's racing people. He raced the Africa. See how the African people was showing Speed love? Why wasn't Speed getting that love anywhere else? And not saying that he wasn't getting love fully, but he's not getting no hate in Africa. Why is that? Remember the streams. People clip those streams up. When Speed was in Europe, nasty work. Speed is in Africa and people are treating him like a human being. That says a lot. And you would think the way these people paint pictures about Africa, about people in Africa, that they wouldn't be treating Speed how they're treating Speed. But as we can see, Speed is being treated like a natural human being. And he is around very civilized people in Africa. Get that. Watch the stream.
I want to believe, and I've been saying this for a very long time, that America is not a real place. Because tell me why all this narrative about Africa is told in America. We only hear about children in Africa suffering, or there's drought, there's no food, people are dying of malaria. And I love the fact that one person actually said, for ISHOWSPEED to get to Africa, there was an airport. There's a hotel. Where is he staying? Opa, like, it's not safe. Africa is one of the safest places to be. For example, I wanna blame this to the US, because look at a place like Congo. It's full of resources, where people get all the minerals, where we get all the stuff that makes things in the homes. Congo is in Africa. And let's not even start talking about the war in Congo and who's causing the wars, okay? Another thing, people in Africa, they have mansions. People in Africa are rich, like rich. For example, we don't use credit cards. People buy things cash. If you see someone with a car, be assured that that car is debt-free and they paid cash. People thrive in big lands. People farm lands, you see. So we just need to kill the narrative that Africa is a certain way, okay? And we are in the 21st century. Try following African creators, okay? It's for your better. So I do not want to see these messages again. Please, let's do better. What do you think, guys? Comment down below. And I'm so happy that ISHOWSPEED is in Kenya, he's in Africa, and he's going to show you all what Africa is actually made of, okay? Until the next one, bye.